Hello class, in this video I would like to explain to you about written expression of the TOEFL test, specifically about singular and plural nouns, and the second is countable and uncountable nouns. So let's get started. Singular and plural nouns. A problem that is common in the written expression section of the TOEFL test is a singular noun used where a plural noun is needed, or a plural noun used where a singular noun is needed. Here are two examples. The first is, he just finished several books. In the first example, several indicates that the plural books is needed. However, here book in singular form is used. Therefore, we must change the singular book into plural like this. Now the second example. She studied each chapters. Each indicates that the singular noun is needed. However, the word chapters here is not correct. Therefore, we have to use singular form without s. So here are some keywords for singular and plural nouns. First is for singular nouns. Each, like this, every, single, one, and a. Whenever you see these keywords for singular and plural nouns, the nouns after that keywords must be in singular or without s, or in irregular forms such as child, not children, woman, not women, and so on. Now for plural nouns, the keywords are both, two, many, several, and various. After these keywords, the noun must be in plural or with s. Or if the nouns are in irregular forms, they must be like children, women, men, and so on. And here are the examples of the TOEFL test in written expression using singular and plural nouns. Number 1, she talked to each people in the room. Each is an indicator of a singular noun used here. However, the noun here is used people. It is in plural form, so we must change people into person. So they are correct now. The next example, he gave many different reasons for his actions yesterday morning. The indicator or keyword is many here. Many should be followed by plural. So we change reason into reasons. That's it. The next is countable and uncountable nouns. In English, nouns are classified as countable or uncountable. For certain questions on the TOEFL test, it is necessary to distinguish countable and uncountable nouns in order to use the correct modifiers with them. What are modifiers? I will explain to you later. Now, as the names implies, countable nouns means the noun that can be counted. They can come in quantities of 1 or 2 or 100, etc. For example, 1 book, 2 books, several books, many books, 1,000 books, something like that. On the other hand, uncountable nouns mean the nouns that cannot be counted. Why? Because they come in some indeterminate quantity or mass. A noun such as milk or happiness cannot be counted. You cannot have 1 milk, 2 milks, and you cannot find 1 happiness or 2 happinesses. Uncountable nouns are often liquid such as liquid items such as water, oil, or shampoo. Or they can also refer to abstract ideas such as security, friendship, hope, love, or happiness, and so on. So it is important for you to recognize the difference between countable and uncountable nouns when you come across such keywords as much and many. Here's the first example. They have taken much trips recently. Now, the nouns used here, trips with S, is definitely a countable nouns because it is added with S. Uncountable nouns cannot edit with S. You can say one trip, two trips, many trips, but you cannot say much trips because much is a modifier. So this is an example of modifier. Much is a modifier used for uncountable nouns. Therefore, you have to change much into many. The next example, there was not many water in the pool. Water is uncountable nouns because it is a liquid item. However, the modifier used here is incorrect. Many is for countable nouns. Therefore, you have to change many into much. Now, here are some keywords for countable and uncountable nouns. For countable nouns, many, number, few, and fewer. And for uncountable nouns, much, amount, little, and less. Many and much have the same meaning. In Bahasa Indonesia means banyak. Both have the same meaning, but each of these words has different use. One is for countable and another is for uncountable. And the next, the same number and amount have the same meaning. They mean sejumlah, a number of people, sejumlah orang. The amount of sand, sejumlah pasir misalnya. And the next, few and little also have the same meaning, means sedikit, and fewer and less means lebih sedikit. They have the same meaning, but you cannot change uncountable nouns with many and so on. So here's an example for the TOEFL test in written expressions. There was a large amount of apples in the bowl. So let's see here. Apples with S. And you can count apple. 1 apple, 2 apples, so they must be countable. Let's see the modifier here. Amount. Amount is used for uncountable nouns, so it must be wrong. And you have to change amount becomes number. Next example, we have a little time to finish this problem. C is incorrect because a little is a modifier for uncountable nouns, and uncountable noun cannot be put S here. Times and time have different meaning. If time with S like this, times means kali, several times, beberapa kali, many times. It means you have done something more than 1 or 2. It's so many times, berkali-kali. However, little means sedikit. Sedikit kali is not, what is it? It doesn't appropriate. It's weird. So it is incorrect grammatically. So you have to change times with time. The meaning has changed. Time without S means waktu. So a little times means sedikit waktu, and time is uncountable. That's it. So if you have some questions, as usual, feel free to ask in our group discussion. Thank you very much. Goodbye.